Hi, it's Jayson Gainey. I play basketball at Knoxville Catholic. This is the No Playbook podcast.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. This is the podcast featuring the outstanding athletes, coaches, and experts, all from East Tennessee. My name is Casey. Joining me in the show today is Jayson Gainey, a stellar basketball player from here in Knoxville. Goes to Knoxville Catholic. He joins me to talk about his recruiting experience, his training off the basketball court, and he shares something that very few people know about him. This episode is sponsored by Stinnett Collision. If you're in need of automotive repair, give them a call at Stinnett Collision. I'll get to Jayson Gainey right after this. Sit tight.
Hi, I'm Zach Stinnett, third-generation owner of Stinnett Collision. As a proud supporter of Tennessee athletics, we know that every game counts. When a collision puts you out of play, we're here to get you back in the game. Family-owned since 1965, Stinnett Collision now has locations in Maryville and Sevierville. With double the space and a team of certified technicians, we'll tackle your repairs and get you back on the road in no time. Don't let a collision sideline you. Visit Stinnett Collision today.
How you doing?
Very good. How are things?
It's going pretty good. How about you?
Very good. Yesterday was an exciting game, wasn't it?
It was crazy. It was very exciting.
Were you there?
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, I was. We were swapping a couple Instagram messages, and I thought, like, I bet he's at the game right now. So,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
why not? Great service.
hmm
But yeah, man, I had when I had Jordan on the show, I told him about this, but
hmm
so I grew up in Eastern North Carolina. My dad had
hmm
gone to NC State, so
Really?
I watched your dad, and I was a big Wolfpack fan when he was in
hmm
college.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's cool. I imagine you've gotten to learn a lot from him as a basketball
Yep.
coach.
Yep.
Cool, man. So what's this current season looking like for Knoxville Catholic?
It's looking pretty good so far. We've had some ups and some downs, but I mean, every team's gonna go through that. But I feel like we're really starting to put it together and become one, being a team, and we're in conference play now, and we're starting to look pretty good. Got some big games this week, so it's exciting.
Yeah. Now, how about you? I imagine you've got some like personal goals on the court too. Do
hmm
you have any that you're like striving for, hoping to reach the season?
Personal goals for me this season is really just being the best person I can be out there. Which I just control the controllables for me. That's kind of been my motto these past couple years. And so, like, in my senior season, just trying to do whatever the team can win for the team to can win, and
Yeah.
then try to win a state championship.
So I hear you're a bit of the comedian off the court. You're a guy that gets the team laughing.
Yeah. Uh-huh. I
Is
don't
that
know. It's
just
just
part
kind of
of
my
your?
personality.
Yeah.
My personality, and I just kind of like to talk, and it gets everybody into it.
Yeah. Very cool. Are you that just kind of part of your leadership style?
I think so, but also just my personality. I just like to take things with a grain of salt. You know, it's everything's more enjoyable when you're having fun. So.
Absolutely. And a lot of times folks can get stressed about things and like even at work for me, sometimes people get super
hmm
stressed and I point out like,
Yep.
have you ever been to like a Starbucks at
hmm
like, early in the morning on a really
Yep.
busy day? Like that's stress. What we're
Yep.
doing, this isn't stressful. We'll be fine.
Yep.
So,
hmm
yeah, it's a basketball game. You're supposed to have fun.
Yep.
Yeah,
Exactly what it
yeah.
is.
So what about recruiting? How's that been for you so far?
It hasn't really been much right now. So I mean, I'm just trying to finish the season out as best as I can, and hopefully I could get something. I mean, really, I'll play anywhere I can, or try to walk on somewhere. That's my main goal right now.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any plans of going into coaching like your dad at any point?
That's my goal. That's my lifelong dream. I want to coach. I want to be a head coach someday. And so that's what my next step is, trying to be as close to basketball as possible when I get to college. Whether that's
Yeah.
playing, whether that's being a walk on, being a manager, so I can be a GA after that. And so it's just, I mean, that's just what it is. That's my goal for life.
So I'm sure you know Grant Hurst.
Yep.
So I had him on the show and he was very interesting talking about that. He transferred from I
hmm
think it was Martin,
hmm
specifically because he wanted to be just kind of learn from Rick Barnes and the whole coaching
Yep.
staff. But like he's
hmm
talking about that's his goal, be a GA and be
hmm
a coach one day.
Yep.
Um,
So it,
so I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, no, oh, you.
Uh, Well, I was hoping to learn about kind of just that recruiting experience and what it's like when you're
Mhm,
looking into possibly even picking a place to
mhm.
walk on or take that kind of
Yeah.
a, you know, process.
Mhm.
Is it, the coaching staff that you look at, is it proximity to home?
Yeah, so for me is probably just want to say in state and like it helps my dad knows a lot of coaches in state that's he's reaching out to trying to help me out. So right now it's just me applying to colleges, seeing if I could get in, taking that first step. So then when the season's over and they're looking for walk-ons or they're looking for spots, I'm right there and I'm ready.
Do you have something you'd say is like the greatest lesson in regarding basketball, either as a coach or a player that you've learned from your dad?
Mhm. Yeah, my dad, he's always talked to me about just staying in my own lane, staying the course, having my own race, like not looking at everybody else, see what they're doing, see McDonald's All Americans over here or the Mr. Basketballs over here. Just play your game, stay committed to what you're doing, and everything will work out.
Excellent. Now, what about training off the court? Who do you do work with? Do you do like a triple F, D1, anything like that?
So I'm working out at PTI. So my guy Andrew, we're getting in early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, 2 days a week. Just trying to right now because we're in season. I'm just trying to stay healthy. So I'm like recovery, a lot of light lifts to keep my body weight, keep strength. So yeah.
How about uh, any other coach or even a player that's like really
Mhm.
inspired you to keep, hustling to be better?
I would have to say my brother on that one. Like, there's no other story like that for me that I've seen. Like, he came out of high school with no offers, and he was going to commit to a community college. And at the last second, he went the prep school route, and he didn't know how that was going to be, how it was going to turn out, and he ended up playing very well, getting a Division I scholarship, going to USC Upstate, and he just took that to heart, and he went to USC Upstate and got so much better and he proved himself. He proved that he belonged on a Division One floor. And then now we're seeing him today, like yesterday, stepping up big in the SEC best conference. So it's like that really motivates me to keep on pushing. Like if somebody doesn't believe in me, always count on yourself. Always lean back on yourself.
Yeah. I saw an interview, it was with Zakai Ziegler yesterday, and they asked
Hmm.
if uh, you had like trouble, had
Hmm.
car trouble or something, you were far away from
Yeah.
campus, who was one teammate that you would call and they'd be there right away? And he said
Yep.
it would be Jordan Gainey.
Yep.
How about
Yep.
you
So,
this year for Catholic? Do you have a teammate like that? Like the guy I call, I know he's gonna be there as soon as he can.
I would have to say Cade Murphy. He's a guy that I'll call any time of the day. He's gonna pick up. We're gonna laugh, giggle. We're gonna talk crazy to each other. Like that's just another brother to me. So yeah.
Excellent. I talked about you and Cade when I had
Hmm. Yep.
Avery on the show,
Hmm.
Jameson. So he got to talk about working with you guys and
Hmm.
just what is that like working with a guy like Avery and just putting in that extra work with a group of dudes that aren't on your team?
Yeah, I mean it was great. Like Avery is probably like my first impression of Avery was last summer, no, 2 summers ago when he was working at UT basketball camp, and I didn't know him. I've never heard of him before, but he was like, "Yo, baby Gainey, like, what's up? Like, when you want to work out?" And I was like, "Just text me like I'm there." And how hungry he was and how motivated he was to do what he wanted to do, like that motivated me, and that made me want to be around him. So then when me, Cade, Juice, all those guys started working out with him and guys from other schools, other counties, like we started getting together and we're like, we could actually be something. Like we was getting in the gym all the time and Avery found a way to push us, to motivate us. And even on the deeper level, not even basketball, like after workouts, we would just sit and talk in the gym for 30 minutes about anything and everything. And so I feel like that made basketball feel like even more of a home to me. I feel like I had something to rely on. Those guys, those are going to be my best friends for life, even the
That's
guys that I
awesome.
didn't go to school with. So yeah.
Very cool. So, Jason, what's something very few people know about you?
Um, I would say I love fashion and I love cologne. Like,
Excellent.
yeah.
What so when it comes to fashion, I hear you say fashion.
Mhm,
I know nothing about fashion, but I'm a big Carolina Panthers fan. What is your thoughts
mhm.
on Cam Newton's fashion?
I actually like it because for me, it's kind of like it's different. When I think of fashion, I think of like stuff that I like. I like to wear. I don't really care what somebody else has to say what I like. So I think it's different, and he puts his own twists and spin to it. So I like it.
I've always been like, it's like, why are you wearing the hat, man? Come on, it looks a
Yeah,
little silly,
yeah,
but yeah, he's doing his
uh-huh.
thing.
Yep,
I thought for a while he was just like trying to get attention, but no, like he's doing it all the time. I think that's just really
yep.
his interest.
hmm
What about
Now the hat
cologne?
is
What's
a little crazy. I will say the hat is a little crazy, but that's his. Anybody else tries to rock it, wouldn't be able to rock it like he does.
right? Now, what about cologne? Teach me about cologne.
Um, I mean, anything really. Like my favorite, like my go-to is YSLY. I mean, you could wear it any summer, winter, fall. You can always wear it. It's good, just like everyday scent. I love it.
Now, something everybody gets on the show. Tell me an unforgettable sports memory for you. Something that, like, when you're 80 years old, you can close your eyes and you're gonna be able to picture it perfectly.
Yeah, I would probably have to say, I probably have to say this season when we went to Orlando for Catholic, and I was with some of my good friends, but also it was a couple football guys, couple baseball guys that went on the trip, and we really grew together on that trip. And although we didn't play like we wanted to, like we became closer through that. And I feel like that's a big part of basketball right there, building connections with other people. So I would say that's probably one of my favorite moments.
Those are cool. Anytime you get like
hmm
out of town with a group, it's just kind of bonding, right?
Yep. Yep.
Now, you talk about coaching. Who is somebody outside of your dad who's a coach that you think is just fantastic? You've always loved their style.
I would have to say Sean Miller. I've always loved his style, very fiery, very energetic. Because when my dad was at Arizona, he was the head coach, and I mean, I would sit in practices, I would watch the games, and it was relentless. Like he pushed his guys, and same thing with Barnes. Like there's no other way that I've seen coaching besides pushing your guys to the limit. And once you get on that floor on big time TV, it shows. So
Very good, man. I appreciate it. I know you got to get to practice. I can let
yep.
you head and but I appreciate you taking the time. I
Yes,
really
sir.
do, man.
Thank you. Thank
It'll
you.
probably be a couple weeks, but I'll tag you and all that good stuff.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, dude. See you, man.